Hey, what's going on, y'all? My name is Francisco, and I'm the owner of Covenant Dispatch, LLC, a freight dispatch company based out of Central Pennsylvania. And in this video, guys, I wanted to share with you three things really quick. Number one, I wanted to share with you guys a little bit of my background and how I got started in freight dispatching. Number two, I wanted to give you guys 3 points of advice that I really truly believe will help you and assist you in your own journey as you begin to start your own freight dispatch company. And then number three, I wanted to show you guys a true real life example on how you as an independent freight dispatch company owner can make $1,000 per week, $4,000 a month passive income. And so a little bit of my background and how I got started. I actually started, guys, as an owner operator. I started my own trucking company, Covenant Hauling LLC. I began to hit the road as a regional driver. I probably was driving around 300 to 400 miles on average. And throughout time, I just began to, look at the load boards and begin to teach myself how to dispatch. And so I began to dispatch myself as I was going to pick up these loads and drop them off. And I realized quickly how overwhelming that became. So what I did was I hired a driver, and then I placed the driver in my truck, and I dispatched that driver from home. And I think in that moment, I realized the flexibility, but also the comfortability of being able to just dispatch that driver from home and still make money is what sparked an interest. And so I did a little bit of research, and to make a long story short, I just reestablished my whole business into strictly independent freight dispatch. My mother has also been in the trucking industry, working in the trucking field for about 15 years. So I always had a general understanding of some of the different terminologies and things like that. So I was always raised around it. And then on top of that, I actually was supposed to work for a guy that my mom referred me to, who kind of just threw me out there and didn't show me anything. He was supposed to train me, but he kind of threw me on a computer with a load board, and he kind of said, hey, figure it out. And that was his way, I guess, of teaching me. But it actually, that in addition with me being able to do a little bit of dispatching of my own driver, that in addition with that kind of just gave me a boost. It kind of gave me oh, this thing isn't actually too bad. So I only lasted there for about a week with this guy. But even in that week, 3 days actually, even in those 3 days, I learned a lot. I kind of just would fish through the load board, would fish through the different softwares he was using and things like that. And again, guys, I just taught myself. I was self-taught. I figured it out. And again, eventually established my whole business into independent freight dispatching in total. And so the 3 points of advice that I wanted to give you guys real quick. Number one, and these are 3 things that I learned are key in order for you to have success in your freight dispatch company. Number one is confidence. If you don't have confidence, number one, you're not even going to get started. And then number two, if you don't keep that confidence, you're not going to stay too long. I know a lot of people get frustrated or intimidated about calling brokers or truck drivers or things of that nature, or they're a little bit intimidated by the load boards and whatnot. But I promise you guys, when you get started, and you'll realize quickly it's not as hard as people made it out to be. Number two is strategy. One of the most important things that you'll realize is you perfecting your craft and whatever your strategy is. Don't try to dispatch and model your dispatching company like the next person. I know you guys might be watching a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of people giving out advice, but you'll find soon your own niche and your own way of doing it. And so again, when you find that niche and you find that comfortability zone, just begin to perfect your craft in that area. And I promise you, it'll give you some success in your freight dispatch company. Then number 3 is consistency. And that's probably one of the most important ones. One of the things that you'll realize quickly is that if you don't remain consistent, you're never going to see the fruit of it, of your dispatch company at the end of the day. Because one of the things I believe a lot of people assume when they jump into independent freight dispatching, apologize, turn this back on. One of the things that they assume is that it's peaches and cream. Just get a computer, get yourself a printer and a faxer, get yourself a phone, and just kind of hit the load boards. When in reality, you'll realize, guys, there is a little bit of footwork you have to do. You have to do a little bit of marketing. You have to know what you're talking about to speak to drivers, to get them on board with you, for them to utilize your services. And you may hit areas of dry seasons where it seems as though things are going slow, or it seems as though drivers are leaving you, and it seems like you're not getting it together. And I promise you guys, if you stop there, you're never gonna see the fruit of it.
Give me your best! Don't quit! No! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Don't quit! Don't quit! Don't quit! Rod Kelly, you don't quit!
But if you stay consistent and you don't give up and you keep going, and I know it sounds cliche, but if you continue to push forward and you continue to even expand your services and not just strictly leave it at dispatching, you'll see the fruit of it at the end of the day. I promise you guys. So just remain consistent, perfect your strategy, and keep that confidence. And all right, guys, so the last thing I wanted to show you real quick is a visual on how you can easily make $1,000 per week as an independent freight dispatcher. Now, broke out the old virtual whiteboard. I know some of you guys might be visual learners. I know myself personally, I'm a visual learner. And so I'll kind of show you guys a visual of how you can do that. Before I move any forward though, before you get started in independent freight dispatching, it's necessary that you create an understanding so that you're not out there confused or not knowing what you're doing, because then you'll see as you begin to move forward with your company, as you begin to call brokers, speak to truck drivers, you have to be on your A game. You have to know what you're talking about. And so what I recommend is to do your own due diligence, learn as much as you can about the industry, or take a course that'll help you and establish you, right? We offer a course. I'll place the link under this video so that you can see it. When you click on it, it'll pop up like this. We're selling the course right now for $220, but if you enter discount code 2022, you can actually get that $20 off, so it'll be $200 even. Within the course is 8 videos. Each video breaks down strategically and chronologically all the things you need to know and things that you need in order to successfully start your own independent freight dispatch company. It also comes with templates. It also comes with website links, and it releases December 6th. You can pre-order it now, but every Thursday after December 6th, I'll be on a Zoom call doing a Q&A. If you purchase the course and you show proof with your receipt, sending it to the email courses@covenantdispatchllc.com. What we'll do is we'll set you up on that Zoom and we'll do a Q&A every Thursday. We haven't decided a time yet, but we'll probably do it 5 to 6 or 6 to 7 in the evening, sometime around there, so that you're not just looking at the course and not knowing what's going on. You can also get a Q&A. You also have access to the email where you can ask questions whenever you want. And then sometime in January, I'll offer a one-on-one coaching where I can show you guys one-on-one, and you can schedule a one-on-one with me. But let me jump right into this and show you guys an example. Let's say this is you, right? And your company is named, I don't know, ABC, Dispatch. Now, one of the tips that I'll give you guys is I recommend that you definitely start your company as an LLC, because what that does is it protects you as a business owner. It separates your business assets from your personal assets. So definitely recommend that, getting that LLC established. Now, let's just say this is you, right? And you're a full-time worker. You work at a full-time job. You just wanted to make some money on the side, and you got into independent freight dispatching. You got everything established. You did your research, took a course, and you're ready to go. Now, let's say you start off. I'm going to draw a quick visual. I don't want to take too long. All right. Got yourself your first 4 trucks, right? Got yourself your first 4 trucks. Let me speed this up. These trucks are terrible looking. All right, now let's just say these are dry vans or semi trucks, right? Because if you dispatch box trucks, you might not be able to do 4 part-time. It takes a little bit more. They're a little bit more complex. So let's just say you got 4 semi trucks. You're dispatching these 4 semi trucks part-time alongside your full-time job. Now I'm going to jump into this next link so you can see kind of a visual also of what I'm talking about, broken down into a graph. Now you got your first 4 trucks. You're excited. You're getting everything rolling. let's just say you're making your 4 trucks $4,000 per week. Now I know this date is a little off because I wrote this graph a little bit ago, but let's just say that today, December the 3rd, you're getting ready to invoice your drivers. Now, as a freight dispatcher, the most popular way to charge your trucking companies that you offer dispatching services to is a percentage of the gross. So let's just say you charge 7%. That's about average. You'll see it range anywhere from 5 to 10%. But let's say you charge 7%. Now, guys, $4,000 gross for a semi truck is actually pretty basic. Most of these guys are hitting 5 to 6 and some even more, depending on if they're driving regional or over the road or local. But let's just say your trucks, you're pulling out $4,000. They're driving a little bit more local, and you're grossing your trucks $4,000 per week. Now, if you're charging 7% of the gross, you are making $280 per truck per week. So the total gross amount would equal out to $16,000 per week for the 4 trucks, which in turn would give you a payout of $1,120. Now, I understand as a business owner, there are taxes that are involved with that. It also depends on how you establish your company. You might elect to be taxed as an S Corp. That's a whole other thing where you're paying yourself as an employee under your own payroll. But let's just say, speaking generally, you're receiving this amount off of 4 trucks. Now, again, guys, this is grossing each of your trucks $4,000 per week. You can easily be grossing more than that, especially the way that the market is paying right now. The spot market rate is paying right now. Let's just say 4,000 just to sum it up and average it out. Your guys are easily making $1,120 part-time. To dispatch 4 semi trucks, you can easily do part-time. And as you begin to develop your strategy and strengthen things that you learn as you dispatch, you guys might even be able to dispatch now 5 trucks, 6 trucks, 7 trucks. You can even go up to 8 to 10 trucks depending on how good you become at it. Either way, you guys are starting to see how you can easily transition out of your full-time and make this your full-time income. And so, guys, if this video helped you in any way, if you learned something, please comment, please like, please subscribe in the comments, and even below this, I'll post the link for my course. I'll also post my email if you guys have any other questions, and I'll see you guys in the next video.